Joshua 19. Allotment for Simeon. 1. The second lot came out for the tribe of Simeon according to its clans. Their inheritance lay within the territory of Judah. 2. It included Beersheba or Sheba, Malada, 3. Hazar Shul, Bala, Ezim, for El-Talad, Bethul, Hormah, 5. Ziklag, Beth Markaboth, Hazar Susa, 6. Beth Leboth and Sharuin, 13 towns and their villages, 7. Ain, Rimmon, Ether and Ashen, 4 towns and their villages, 8. And all the villages around these towns as far as Baalath-beer, Ramah and the Negev. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the Simonites, according to its clans. 9. The inheritance of the Simonites was taken from the share of Judah, because Judah's portion was more than they needed. So the Simonites received their inheritance within the territory of Judah. Allotment for Zebulun. 10. The third lot came up for Zebulun according to its clans. The boundary of their inheritance went as far as Sarid. 11. Going west it ran to Maralah, touched Dabasheth, and extended to the ravine near Jokneam. 12. It turned east from Sarid toward the sunrise to the territory of Kisloth-Tabor, and went on to Dabarath and up to Japhia. 13. Then it continued eastward to Gath-Hefer and Eth-Kazin. It came out at Rimmon and turned toward Ne. 14. There the boundary went around on the north to Hanathon and ended at the valley of Ifta-El. 15. Included were Kadesh, Nahal, Shimron, Idalah, and Bethlehem. There were 12 towns and their villages. 16. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of Zebulun, according to its clans. Allotment for Issachar. 17. The fourth lot came out for Issachar according to its clans. 18. Their territory included Jezreel, Keziloth, Shunem. 19. Hapharaim, Cheyenne, and Aharath. 20. Rabbath, Kishan, Ibez. 21. Remit, Enganim, Enadan Bet Bathith. 22. The boundary touched Tabor, Shahazimah, and Beth Shemesh, and ended at the Jordan. There were 16 towns and their villages. 23. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Issachar, according to its clans. Allotment for Asher. 24. The fifth lot came out for the tribe of Asher, according to its clans. 25. Their territory included Helkath, Hali, Beten, Akshaph. 26. Elamelech, Amad, and Mishal. On the west the boundary touched Carmel and Shear-Libnath. 27. It then turned east toward Beth-Dagon, touched Zebulun and the valley of Ifta-El, and went north to Beth-Emek and Neel, passing Kabul on the left. 28. It went to Abdon, Rehob, Hammon, and Cana, as far as Greater Sidon. 29. The boundary then turned back toward Ramah, and went to the fortified city of Tyre, turned toward Hosah, and came out at the Mediterranean Sea in the region of Akzib. 30. Ummah, Aphek, and Rehob. There were 22 towns and their villages. 31. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Asher, according to its clans. Allotment for Naphtali. 32. The sixth lot came out for Naphtali according to its clans. 33. Their boundary went from Heleph and the large tree in Zananim, passing Adami Nekeb and Jabneel to Lacham and ending at the Jordan. 34. The boundary ran west through Aznoth Tabor and came out at Hukkok. It touched Zebulun on the south, Asher on the west, and the Jordan on the east. 35. The fortified towns were Ziddim, Zur, Hamath, Raketh Kinnereth. 36. Admah, Ramah, Hazer. 37. Kadesh, Edrei, and Hazer. 38. Iron, Migdalel, Horam, Bethanath, and Beth Shemesh. There were 19 towns and their villages. 39. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Naphtali, according to its clans. Allotment for Dan. 40. The seventh lot came out for the tribe of Dan, according to its clans. 41. The territory of their inheritance included Zorah, Eshtael, Ir Shemesh. 42. Shalabin, Ijalon, Ithla. 43. Elon, Timnah, Ekron. 44. Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Baalath. 45. Jahud, Bene, Barak, Gath-Rimmon. 46. Me Jarkon and Rakan, with the area facing Joppa. 47. When the territory of the Danites was lost to them, they went up and attacked Leshem, took it, put it to the sword, and occupied it. They settled in Leshem and named it Dan after their ancestor. 48 These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Dan, according to its clans. Allotment for Joshua. 49 When they had finished dividing the land into its allotted portions, the Israelites gave Joshua son of Nun an inheritance among them. 50 As the Lord had commanded. They gave him the town he asked for, Timnath-Serah in the hill country of Ephraim. And he built up the town and settled there. 51 These are the territories that Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the heads of the tribal clans of Israel assigned by lot at Shiloh, in the presence of the Lord at the entrance to the tent of meeting. And so they finished dividing the land. Joshua 20 Cities of Refuge. 1 Then the Lord said to Joshua, 2 Tell the Israelites to designate the cities of refuge, as I instructed you through Moses. 3 So that anyone who kills a person accidentally and unintentionally may flee there and find protection from the avenger of blood. For when they flee to one of these cities, they are to stand in the entrance of the city gate and state their case before the elders of that city. Then the elders are to admit the fugitive into their city and provide a place to live among them. 5 If the avenger of blood comes in pursuit, the elders must not surrender the fugitive, because the fugitive killed their neighbor unintentionally and without malice aforethought. 6 They are to stay in that city until they have stood trial before the assembly and until the death of the high priest who is serving at that time. Then they may go back to their own home in the town from which they fled. 7 So they set apart Kadesh in Galilee in the hill country of Naphtali, Shechem in the hill country of Ephraim, and Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah. 8 East of the Jordan, on the other side from Jericho. They designated Bezer in the wilderness on the plateau, in the tribe of Reuben, Ramoth and Gilead in the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan in the tribe of Manasseh. 9 Any of the Israelites, or any foreigner residing among them, who killed someone accidentally, could flee to these designated cities, and not be killed by the avenger of blood prior to standing trial before the assembly.